Miss Norbury.
Yes?
The name's Trent, Dr. Trent. How do you do?
How do you do? Please come in.
Thank you.
The consulting room?
So I see, yes.
The desk, the examination couch and the medicine cabinet, your doctor's chair.
Yes, thank you. Very good. You received Dr. Mortimer's letter?
Yes, he told us to expect you, that you would be coming along.
That's right.
To see what she thought.
Yes.
I was just going to ask if you would care for some tea, Dr. Trent.
Oh, tea would be most welcome. Thank you.
This way.
Goodbye, Miss Norbury. Thank you for the tea.
It's beginning to get dark. Please take care on your way back.
Oh, it's only half a mile or so to the station. Well, goodbye then. I'm sure I shall see you again soon.
Simpkins, what are you doing here?
Were that the new doctor, miss?
Possibly. Dr. Trent, yes.
Bit of a looker, baby.
There are tea things in the parlour that need clearing away.
Yes, miss.
Come.
Dr. Trent is here, Dr. Mortimer.
Ah. Thank you, Miss Frost. Show him in, will you?
Yes, sir.
Sit down, Dr. Trent.
Will that be all, Dr. Mortimer?
Tea, Miss Frost.
Yes, sir. For two?
For one. So, Dr. Trent, you have visited the new practice. What is your opinion? Is it to your liking?
It seems very agreeable, yes.
Then you will accept the position?
Well, yes, I would be more than happy.
Dr. Evans built a good practice there. He was well liked by his patients and the community. His untimely death...
Dr. Mortimer?
His untimely death, he will be sadly missed by the community. You will have a lot to live up to, Dr. Trent. I hope I can rely on you.
Yes, yes, of course. I shall do my best. But
But?
I must confess, Dr. Mortimer, to being somewhat surprised at being your first choice for this position. Of course, I am flattered and honoured, but I'm still just a junior partner in this practice and would have expected...
You are refusing the position?
Oh, no, no, sir, not at all. I simply thought that possibly you yourself...
Oh, no, no. That's out of the question. That is not possible at all. My place is here.
Yes, I see that.
Not possible at all. You are not married, Dr. Trent. You have no dependents, I believe.
That is correct, sir.
That makes you ideal for the position. You can start all the sooner, do you see?
I understand.
Then that is settled. You can begin the new practice as soon as it is convenient. Congratulations, Dr. Trent. And good luck.
Thank you.
Would you like a biscuit, sir?
No, no, thank you, Miss Frost.
Has Dr. Trent gone?
Yes. Yes, Dr. Trent has gone. That will be all, Miss Frost.
Very good, sir.
Dr. Trent, I just thought I'd see how you were settling in. What's the matter?
Well, there's a young lady outside, a patient I expect. She seems frightened to come in. I better go and check on this.
Dr. Trent?
Hello? Hello there?
Ah, you mean you doctor, Beatty?
God, man, you made me start.
Guilty conscience, that be.
Who are you?
Corby, sir. Ah,
Well, Mr. Corby.
hey, no, mister. Just Corby. Yeah. I've been chopping sticks for your fire. I do all the jobs round here. Mending, building, clear away the mess the patients have left behind. Shift the bodies too sometimes if it come to that.
Yes, well, I see. Mr. Corby, you haven't seen a young lady walk along here just now?
No, young lady, sir?
Yes, tall, fair-haired, dressed in white.
No, there being no young lady around here, sir.
Well, that's very strange. I'm sure I saw her just now. I thought she was a patient at first, waiting to come in, but then when I came outside, she'd gone.
Got a touch of the grey mist, you has.
Grey mist, whatever is that?
Well, it's...
Corby! You lazy lummox. Bet you got enough work to do? Begging pardon, Doctor. This lazy git should be at his work. No business bothering you.
It's quite all right, really.
You be a busy lad, Doctor. This being your first morning and all.
Help me. Please. Please, help me.
Well, Mrs. Prim, keep taking the tablets as I prescribed, and the special stockings should help as well.
Well,
After you, Mrs. Prim. After you.
That was your last patient for the morning, Doctor.
Oh, thank goodness. I must say, they're a funny lot here, aren't they?
They take a little getting used to, that's all. I've made you some tea.
Oh, thank you. Most welcome.
I better get on.
I wouldn't mind a spot of fresh air. Perhaps you'd care to accompany me?
Oh, thank you. We have some lovely countryside around, and there's a very pretty church to visit.
Well, the air is certainly bracing, Miss Norbury.
Yes, it is.
And not a hint of grey mist.
What?
Oh, that strange Corby fellow was talking about the other day. Grey mist. I've no idea what he was talking about.
Must be a local saying.
Yes, well, he's certainly a strange fellow.
He comes with the cottage, I'm afraid. He's been here for years, like Kate Simpkins, the housemaid.
And you?
Only 6 months.
But you knew my predecessor, the previous doctor.
I
I knew him, but not well.
He died of a heart attack, I understand.
Yes, his heart, I believe.
Miss Norbury, may I ask you something?
Yes?
Have you heard anything in the dead of night?
Heard anything?
Yes, like somebody whimpering, a woman's voice.
No, I've heard nothing of that kind. But I sleep very heavily.
Twice now I've thought I heard it.
We should get on if we're going to get to the church. Evening surgery starts in 2 hours.
Eerie place.
We should have arrived sooner, while there was still sunlight. It's very pretty then. What is it?
I thought there was somebody standing behind me.
There's nobody there. We should go back.
Oh yes, well, Doctor, it is just, you see, all wheezing and moaning and groaning. He's been suffering for months and months. Terrible sound he do make of a night time. Daytime ain't much better, but night time he wheezes something terrible. Keeps me awake, it does. Keeps me awake something awful. I haven't had a decent night's sleep in months, so I haven't.
Yes, I see. And how long have you suffered in this way, Mr. Bumpkin?
Tell him, Arthur. Nearly 6 months it's been now, Doctor. 6 months of his wheezing and coughing. Just like he's near his end.
Well, perhaps I had better listen to his chest.
You wouldn't need that there contraption if you slept in the same bedroom like I do. Would he, Arthur? Wheezing, groaning, coughing, moaning all night long. Not had a proper night's sleep for 6 months now, I haven't.
Oh, perhaps you could sleep in another room, Mrs. Mumpkin.
Oh, you couldn't do that. Suppose he's taken bad in the night.
Yes, well, I'll just listen to your heart, Mr. Mumpkin.
It's that grey mist, that's what's doing it for him, that's what I reckon.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Grey mist, Doctor. Nasty stuff it is. It's on my Arthur's chest and no mistake. Baited Arthur.
Forgive me, Mrs. Mumpkin. I haven't been in practice very long. What exactly is the grey mist? I don't think that I've seen it.
Oh, you don't see it? But it's there, in the air, choking you.
I don't quite understand.
Not all the time, like. Don't know when it's gonna come, but suddenly, there it is. Filthy, choking, nasty stuff, choking you. Choking my Arthur.
I see. Well, Mr. Mumpkin, if you could just breathe normally for me.
Oh, poor Arthur. No wonder he's never got anything to say for himself.
Evening, sir.
Good evening. Just a pint, please.
Pint of the best, is it? Right, sir. Dr. Trank, ain't it?
Yes, but how did...
The doctor's back there.
Oh,
It's a small place. Word gets round quickly here.
Yes, I'd gathered that.
So you're settling in here okay, are you, Doctor?
Yes, yes, thank you. The name of this inn, the Dead Man's Turning, it's very unusual, isn't it? I don't think I've ever come across one before.
Don't suppose you has, sir.
Well, how did it...
Get its name? Well, I'll tell you if you've got a minute, sir. I've been asked this by many strangers before. It's a good story if you like that sort of story. It were like this. Many years ago, out there, stood a gibbet, just over on that little raised bit of land, just where the road makes its turn.
Yes, it's a sharp bend just there.
Ah, that it is, sir. That it is. They used to have public hangings over there, and, well, folks being what folks are, they used to gather and they got thirsty. That's how this inn came to be. Some of the worst murderers and thieves in the county met their end out there at the end of the road. Well, the public hangings, they were big events, but like everything else, all good things come to an end. But the old gibbet, he stood there for many a year until he was either brought down or fell down by himself, depending on which version of the story you've heard.
And that's how the inn got its name?
Well, quite so, sir. Not quite, but see, there's a bit more to it, you see. After the hanging stopped, folks used to say that they could see things out there, just where the old gibbet had stood. Things in the dead of night.
Seen things?
Yeah, like figures Figures standing in the road like, when there weren't nobody there.
Well, it is a very dark stretch just there. I mean, perhaps it was just the shadow of a tree.
Perhaps. Perhaps not, but can't have all them violent deaths without them leaving some sort of mark on the road, can you, sir?
Well, I suppose.
Anyway, one of these folks was Lord Henry. He was a magistrate round here. Oh, he wasn't a real lord. He was just called that because he was magistrate and sire, and he lived in the big house off the other side of the hill. Well, you could say magistrating was in his family, like. His father was magistrate before him, and his father before him, and his, well, all the way back to when the public hangings used to be. Well, one night, Lord Henry came back for a meeting and a dinner. He had his own carriage, being gentry-like, and a lovely little two-seater. Just one horse to pull it. Well, as he came to the corner, and he started to come round it, he pulled up to where the old gibbet used to be. And in the road in front of him, he saw a figure. He couldn't make out what it was, but all he could see was just this figure, head bent to one side, crooked-like. Well, Lord Henry didn't suffer fools gladly, so he just bellowed at the fellow to get out of his bleeding way. Well, just then, his horse decided to rear out of his trestles. It took Lord Henry all his skill and strength to get the carriage under control and calm the horse. And when he had, the figure had gone from the road, like it were never there. So he just carried on his way. Well, anyway, 50 yards down the road, Lord Henry started to feel an icy cold feeling down his left side. He turned to look to see where it had come from. And sat in the carriage next to him was that figure, head bent to one side where the rope had broke his neck, his eyes bulging and his tongue all hanging out. By the time Lord Henry got home, he'd aged 20 years. And they say he went to his bed for days with the deliriums, chanting his story over and over again. Days after he'd died, the doctor had said his heart had given out. And I'll tell you something, Dr. Trent, I rather think he was right. He was the last of his family to do magistrating around here. Another pint then, sir?
Well, Dr. Trent. So this is where you gets to when you says you're out tending the sick.
Corby.
You have a pint with me, sir?
No, thank you. I really must be getting back.
Suit yourself.
Good evening. Grey mist. 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 Oh, forgive me, I didn't hear you. Oh my God, what was that? Please, just excuse me one moment. Oh, God in heaven, what happened?
You were chopping wood, sir, and his hand slipped.
Go and get some cloth and some water. Thank you. Right. Well, as soon as we get this on you, Mr. Corby, we'll get you into the surgery.
It was the mist!
What?
The mist! The grey mist! Come down all around me! I couldn't see.
What's he saying?
He's delirious. He don't know what he's saying.
Well, never mind. Help me to bring him through to the surgery. Oh, the young lady.
Hi, young lady.
Bring him through if you can. Oh, I'm dreadfully sorry. There's been an...